Myself, Fredo Cervantes here with the Sporting Tribune. I'm here with the one and only Dustin Poirier. How you doing right now, my guy?
Doing good, man. In lovely South Florida, in the heart of training camp. Life is good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule. I'm sure you're preparing right now for your shot at the lightweight title at UFC 302. But before we get to that, I want to talk to you about Bud Light. First of all, the official sponsor of UFC. Tell me a little bit about your new partnership with Bud Light as you join an elite lineup of athletes partnerships.
Huge lineup for sure, man. Um, to be a young kid chasing his dreams, to making it on a roster with guys who are on this list. Peyton Manning, to name one. I'm a huge NFL fan, but it is great having Bud Light in my corner. The main sponsor, they're in the center of the octagon, and I'm excited about the future for us. We've shot commercials. Me and the genie are granting a wish. One of the fight fans and Bud Light fans is going to be sitting cage side for UFC 302 in New Jersey. And that's like a once in a lifetime experience to sit next to the cage and see how hard these fight. You watch it on TV is one thing. Watch it at the top of the arena is one thing. The energy in there is good. But when you're sitting cage side and you feel the impacts and you see the blood and you realize, wow, these guys and girls are really fighting for their lives. It brings a different appreciation for the sport.
What originally made you love the sport overall? Because I know as a young age, I did see that, you were just getting in a lot of fights at a young age. Was it just something fighting that you love doing from a young age?
Yeah, I started boxing when I was 17 years old, but I just love the one-on-one competition, the pureness of that. Nobody to point the finger at but yourself. Nobody to pick up the slack. I like that.
Wonderful. And as we head into UFC, 302, talk to me about your big win at UFC 299. First of all, you entered as a major underdog, and you said afterwards how you thought that was just crazy.
You know, I, this guy's young. He was on a five-fight win streak, all finishes. I had just lost. I'm 35, so I could see maybe why the odds maker said maybe Dustin. Maybe we saw the best of Dustin in his past. But no, sir. Still got it.
Oh man. And what was the toughest challenge overall in that fight there?
Giving up position, jumping guillotines, probably. I made the fight harder than it had to be by doing that. But overall, it was a smooth fight week. We fought here in South Florida. It was an hour drive from my condo here in Coconut Creek. All of my team and coaches live here, so we didn't have to hop on flights. It was smooth, man. Really smooth.
Wonderful. And we're right here with Dustin again as he prepares for UFC 302. You also mentioned after the fight that you can beat anybody in the world. As we head into UFC 302, can you beat Islam?
Of course, anybody. He's under that list of anybody. Anybody at 155 pounds with a heartbeat, I can stop.
Okay. And I'm sure you heard maybe what Islam had to say a few days ago. As I quote him, I can do many things because every time he fights for the championship, somebody chokes him, and now I have to prepare something special for him. Like, what's your response to that?
I can show you better than I can tell you what's going to happen.
Okay,
That's
okay,
my
that
response.
that's the way to go about it. And as much as the speculation has been right now, you're 35 right now. You also did say at age 18, you mentioned, years ago, you mentioned that your wife did not want you to pass and continue fighting after 35. You will be 36 in January coming up. Do you feel that if you win, would it be easier for you to walk away on June 1st?
For sure. With a win, it would be easier because that's the last thing I have left to do in the sport, I feel. I have 50 fights. I've been part of every kind of crazy outcome that can happen in mixed martial arts. I've won as the underdog, I've lost as the favorite, and I've walked this walk so many times. This is the last thing I have to do is be the undisputed world champion. And, you know, thank you. Thank you to the sport.
And how do overall, you've been through so many ups and downs, and it's just been a kind of a roller coaster for you. Like, how much have you appreciated your time, fighting and throughout the years, and coming maybe closely to your possible last fight?
I'm just grateful. the way my career went until this point to put me in a place where a lot of times the sport retires the fighter because they're trying to get that next paycheck. They're trying to get one more big fight to push their brand or whatever it might be. The sport's not going to retire me. I'm going to retire from the sport. This is a different thing and a different mindset. And I'm just appreciative of the people around me that helped me grow along this journey. I'm thankful for the sport. I'm thankful for my wife for being my anchor, and believing in me all these crazy years of fights. And when I didn't have a car, driving me to weigh-ins and driving me to fights and staying in these crappy hotels, barely making ends meet. We built something that can't be rebuilt. I couldn't do that again, and I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the support I have in my household. And I'm just thankful, man. I wake up with gratitude every day as soon as my feet hit the floor, and that's just what it is.
All right, and the next few weeks right now, how's that looking for you right now as you prepare for the big fight? What are you going to be working on, and what should we expect from you on June 1st?
You can expect me to finish Islam and become the undisputed world champion, like I said I was going to do when I was 17, 18 years old. But the last few weeks of camp, starting to focus on weight, making sure my body's healed up, feeling good, a lot of technique repetitions. This week is probably the last bit of hard pushing and dangerous stuff that I'll be doing. And then we kind of cruise control into fight week, making sure we checking all the boxes with weight, fitness, everything else, timing, rhythm.
All right, great, great. Well, look, Dustin, I really look forward to seeing your big fight in a few weeks. Last message for your fans, for the world, and everyone who supports you out there. Some nice words for them right now. What do you have to say for them?
Hey, thank you guys so much for watching my journey since I was a young man. I got into the UFC. I was 21 years old, my first fight in the UFC. I'm 35 years old, and I've been fighting the best of my generation at 155 pounds. I fought them all, and I appreciate the support for the real fans out there.
Wonderful. Dustin, again, thank you for your time here, spending it with me, Fredo Cervantes with the Sporting Tribune. Good luck in your fight.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.